Ladies and gentlemen, my brother Aaron.
Every morning that I can get out of bed, shower, eat breakfast, and go to work is a victory. It is the product of my first battle against myself. I now win most of the time, and it has taught me that I can overcome anything the day throws at me because I have overcome my most dangerous opponent, myself. These battles form the backbone of my bipolar depression. Whether they're manic or depressive in nature, I have been apart since I can remember. Unable to be normal, I stuttered through my childhood, holding massive amounts of guilt at my failures. Even now that I know that the diagnosis that was so long in coming answers many of these questions, the awkwardness, the rashness, the depression, and the failures, I still have worn that self-deprecating cloak of failure, and I still put it on out of habit often, but only sometimes now do I revel in it. I stumbled through my interpreted failure at life and hurt many who I loved and who loved me. I had nothing to lean on other than my inability to conform, so I tried harder and harder. And then the planes hit the towers on 9/11, and I watched my father die, though I didn't know that at the time. In the future me, I always thought of him as the falling man, and still do in my dark dreams, even though I know now know through accounts of his coworkers that he was a hero on that day. He ushered out most of his office, and he and only a couple others on his floor died that day. I have the incredible privilege of standing on this stage with Nancy, and I wanted to say thank you very much for working so hard to save my father. I went into action when I flew to see my family after 9/11. I looked for him, I made posters, I left my job to tend his family and put his affairs in order. I was successful in making sure everyone had everything they need except for me. I had no needs. Once the memorial service was done, death certificates filed, insurance claimed, and families settled, I looked into the mirror and I crashed. For the first time, I was too weak to refuse help, and due to the tragedy, there was a huge amount of help available, and the Red Cross was there for me. I was lucky. I was diagnosed, I was given counseling. I still failed to buy into what it meant to be mentally ill, and as such, it was years before I truly embraced my disease and the PTSD from 9/11. Even though I still battle every day, I know my attacker now. I can only be the best me that I can be today, obviously, and the past is unchanging. However, I have started learning that what you do today can remediate and help soothe the past. I have a long list of people that, regardless of the reason I hurt, that's been the towering elephant in the room for me. Other diseases strike and they cause havoc within a person. My disease strikes and the havoc not only hits me, it causes huge collateral damage. I am a cluster bomb, and there are craters that I must really try to fill in. I am a man, I am a provider, I am strong, I am not mentally ill, I will conform, I will succeed as I am expected to, I will not fail, I will not be weak. That was my mantra, and still is at times. Men in my middle age group account for a largely silent population at risk of mental illness and suicide. We are reluctant to seek help. We tend to lack a developed social network, and we are really good at succeeding at suicide. I had not heard a voice like mine, and I am scared to offer my voice now as it is a public confirmation of my disease. And though I know I should not feel shame, I still do. But for the first time, my desire to help has overcome my fear. I hope I can help someone by them hearing my story. I know that it has helped me to say it. This is my brave.